Maybe there's something they know that we don't know. Polymarket has been taking bets on who will win the president, and most of you know. Now, recently, Kamala Harris saw a surge in the betting odds, but now it's shifted back towards Donald Trump with 1 day to go before the election. But the big news is that Robinhood has now launched an event contract trading system where you can make what is effectively a bet on Donald Trump or Kamala Harris to win the election. Now, I myself, for fun, tried it out, placing just $100 on Trump. I don't know what's going to happen, but full disclosures, want to make sure you guys know that I did this. And it's not a lot of money. It's mostly just to see what happens. And I think I win like barely anything if Trump actually does come out on top. What's fascinating, however, is the terms by which you win these bets. And it seems to be indicative of does Wall Street fear something? There was a funny joke that I saw the other day from Chris Parnell, and it was, they said, he's so good, he made a 9/11 joke like a year after 9/11. And he made the joke about shorting certain markets based on the upcoming 9/11 terror attacks. And in the skit, he's asked, I think it was SNL, like, you knew it was coming? He goes, of course we did. And what's funny is it's a joke about how there were a large amount of put options on major airlines right before the 9/11 attacks, which is a bet a stock would fall. Now, I don't know nothing about nothing, so whatever that is, it's just weird. But let me say this. When you see big betting agencies plaster massive disclaimers about how you win, they are fearing there will not be a clean result. It doesn't mean we won't have a clean result. It means these massive corporations taking your bets are concerned that come election time, when there is no winner declared, they want to make sure they're clean on this one. And when you come out and say, my guy won the election, they'll go, actually, did you read the fine print? We planned for this moment because we feared it would happen. That is to say, these betting markets are saying outright that you win when the president is actually inaugurated, not if the election is called. Right. Let me stress that for you again. If you are making a bet on this election, you don't win based on the election. You win based on who Congress decides wins the election. I want to repeat that one more time for you. You think if you place one of these bets and they come back and say Trump wins all the swing states, Trump wins the Electoral College and the popular vote, congratulations, you think you won? You didn't. Because if come January 6th, Democrats block the certification and Trump is not certified, you lose. And then what happens if it's not Trump or Kamala? I don't know. Now, I believe the strongest possible outcome here is going to be that there will be a clean certification, maybe some garbled nonsense from Jamie Raskin or something, but it is enough that even Robinhood is making sure to make this clear, and Polymarket has now added this read the rules disclaimer, and I believe this is the case. I want to make sure. I could be getting it wrong. I want to make sure you understand that. But when I've been tracking Polymarket this whole time, for the past several months, and I had to look for the rules going way down to the rules section and reading this. It is now clearly above. Polymarket tells you. But hold on. I'll come back to Polymarket. First, Robinhood. So I use Robinhood. Not a whole lot, but a lot of people have complaints about it, but it is what it is. And I noticed the other day that they had this thing. It's like, who's going to win, Kamala or Trump? The market opens soon. And I was like, that's interesting. I had $100 lying around, and I said, just let's see what happens. Here's what they say. Instructions. The U.S. president is chosen through a process that begins with a national election held every 4 years. Citizens vote in the general election, which determines the electors for the Electoral College. A group of representatives from each state. Each state's number of electors is equal to the total number of senators and representatives in Congress. The candidate who wins the election is held on the candidate who wins the majority of the electoral votes, 270 out of 538, is elected president. The general election is held on the first Tuesday in November of the election year, unless that first Tuesday is November 1st, in which case the election is held on the second Tuesday. You get it. They say, on January 6th of the year following the election, there's a joint session of the U.S. Congress where the results of the election are certified. The certification is widely publicized and published in the Congressional Record the following business day at 9 a.m. Congress is sworn in on January 3rd. If Democrats win the House and Donald Trump wins everything else, Democrats are likely to block Donald Trump's certification, which means he could win the election and you could lose your bet. Having a good time yet? Hey, this is not financial advice. You do you. They say the underlying is the candidate who is certified the winner of the presidential election by the U.S. Congress during the January 6th joint session. The certification is published in the Congressional Record the following business day. The Congressional Record can be accessed here. Select the correct Congress on the top-down menu, yada, yada, yada. They're going to say blah, blah, blah. So this is interesting. They're not saying the election. Now, Poly Market, take a look at this. Read the rules. The presidential market resolves when the Associated Press, Fox, and NBC all call the election for the same candidate. In the unlikely event that doesn't happen, the market will remain open until inauguration and resolve to whoever gets inaugurated. These betting markets are telling you outright, warning, there is a possibility the results do not come back the way you expect. They are saying, warning, news outlets may not agree that there is a winner. We may not have the person who wins in the press certified on January 6th. Heavens to Betsy, what happens if Trump and Kamala, neither, get certified? Take a look at this. The market resolves when the AP, Fox, and NBC all call the election for the same candidate. So there are scenarios here, my friends. I hope you're paying attention. Now, many of you are probably not betting. I don't know. Poly Market's not for Americans. There's Kalshi and there's Robinhood now for Americans. You got to get certified and some other process to it or something like that. What happens if Donald Trump wins? What happens if Donald Trump wins on election day? AP, Fox, and NBC call the election for Donald Trump. However, Democrats then win the House. And come January 6th, they refuse to certify, citing Section 3 of the 14th Amendment. Trump is disqualified. And instead move to certify Kamala Harris. There's a battle at the courts. Let's just say it stops there. What happens? Your Poly Market will resolve for a Donald Trump victory despite Trump not actually getting the presidency. And then the people who bet on Kamala Harris are going to be like, but she won the election because Trump was disqualified. Oh, boy. Or the inverse. Kamala Harris ends up winning. AP, Fox, and NBC all call it for her. But then there is a legal challenge. The Supreme Court sides with Trump, and Trump is certified. This means with Poly Market and Robinhood having different criteria for who is determined to be the winner, there opens up a whole bunch of shenanigans where a person might bet on Poly Market for Kamala to win and then Robinhood for Trump to win and win both. All I can say is when these betting markets, and look at this in real time, Trump is starting to skyrocket once again in the betting markets. They're telling you right now, hey, we don't actually know. Here's the best part. It says, if you would prefer to trade the market that is resolved solely by who gets inaugurated, set to happen on January 20th, you could visit that market here. My friends, that means you can bet on Poly Market that Donald Trump wins the election and Kamala Harris gets inaugurated. Right now, Donald Trump is at 58.3 to Kamala Harris's 40% to be inaugurated on January 20th. But in the Poly Market betting odds, he's at 60.9% to Kamala Harris's 39.1. Yo, it's just so weird. There is a margin difference between the people who are willing to bet on Trump actually being inaugurated, even if he wins. They're outright saying, in aggregate, in the wisdom of the crowd, Trump may win and the press will declare it for him, but he will not be inaugurated. Okay, money talks, BS walks. So I don't know what to expect tomorrow. I hope y'all are paying attention because things are already starting to get weird. What I will say is this. This past weekend was... Dude, I read the news every day, and I'm just looking at this cluster F mess that is news. Fake news, memes, rumors, lies, manipulations, just battered on the wall. The news media today looks like a Jackson Pollock painting that I'm trying to parse through. It's normally kind of bad, but it's pretty bad right now. So, my friends, you ready for one wild ride? Well, I hope you join us tomorrow night. We're going to be streaming all day. I think we might get started at like a 5 or 6 Central. I probably should know the number. But we said 5, but now we're in Central time, and we may want to get started at, which would be 6 p.m. Eastern. Or earlier, maybe earlier, because we're doing a bunch of crossovers. We'll be doing a crossover with Carl Benjamin over at Lotus Eaters, as well as Steven Crowder. And then, of course, we're here at Daily Wire Studios, where literally next door, we're going to be hanging out with Daily Wire for their election coverage. This is super exciting. My friends, I'm not going to tell you to make any bets. I don't trust this stuff. I'm just telling you, boy, oh boy, is it getting weird. Smash that like button. Share the show with everyone you know. Become a member over at timcast.com to support our work. Tonight, we'll see you at Timcast IRL for our election eve. Oh, boy. You see the cool LED, was that say Jeremy's? You can see it right there. Where is it? There it is. Got the cool LED screen behind me. All right, everybody, stick around. We got a couple more segments coming up, and we will see you all shortly.